Hey people, what's going on? It's Monday night, and I'm gonna do an update, even though I'm sick. Yesterday, I attended a meeting with some other artists, and the lady leading the meeting told us at the beginning, you know, stay away. I've got something. The meeting really went well, and I forgot. And at the end, I gave her this big hug, and sure enough, I got it. I feel like shit. Upper respiratory. A friend brought by antibiotics, some natural stuff. Yeah, I'm into the nature. I am. I feel good enough at the moment to try to do this video. I've been in and out of bed all day. I had stuff to do today and had to put it all on hold. Except I had some orders. I had flyer over on vinyl. 2 people bought it, so I got those out in the mail today. But recently, I received some music from a couple folks. I need to look up one of the people's names right quick online. The connection was made through SoundCloud. The artist goes by the name Birds of 10. And I think their name is Brooke. Brooke Oates, yeah. I don't know if that's a male or a female. It doesn't matter to me, really. But they sent me some CDs of their music. And here's one that I thoroughly enjoy. It's a collaboration between Rappoon and Birds of 10. Rappoon, if I'm not mistaken, is somehow related to Stars of the Lid. But he also, or they also sent me 2 other CDs by Birds of 10. And all of them are nice. I like them, and I like the way that they're designed. Altarwise is the name of this one. Let me put this on in the background. Really not too dissimilar to Waystasis or that body of work that I do. These are long form improvised pieces that you can either get lost in or not. The other one they sent me, which I still haven't played, well, yeah, I played a little bit of all of them actually, is Rinpoche. Birds of 10 Rinpoche. 2 more improvisations. Now, I like stuff like this. Now, I'll tell you, excuse me, can't help it, I got to sniff a little bit because I'm sick. But one of the reasons why I don't personally do long form pieces like this, it's because when I've done them and I go back, I like to listen to what I've done. And if I keep it short, I'll listen. If I make it too long, I'm not gonna listen to it very much, if at all. And these long form pieces, it's like you either dive in and get lost, or take the journey and go, or you don't. And I just have to say, because of the way that my life goes, it's seldom that I'm able to sit and listen to something like this for 20, 30 minutes. These sort of things go well either when I'm going to bed or when I'm relaxed first thing in the morning, certain moods. This music is actually, this is music. This music is good for doing things. This is the kind of stuff I like to have on in the background when I'm doing things. A while back, Richard Johnson from Poland, he lives in Poland now, sent me some records and CDs, and I finally got around to playing the CDs. One he sent me was called Acid Cobra, Petrified Minds, and I just thought this was okay. It's a guy doing some things with guitar, and I recognize what he's doing, and some of it is okay. That's the best I can say. It's just okay. This one, Primary Concrete Attack, Richard Young's Primary Concrete Attack. I don't remember this, so I'm going to have to play this again. But the one that I really enjoyed And I got more CDs, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay. The one that I really enjoyed is this one. Extended Network, Just Tracks. This works. This is a double CD. I'd be at pains to describe it. I'd have to play it again, but it worked. And I really like this. I played both discs. This is good. Extended Networks, Just Tracks. Now, it reminds me that John Dawson, who did a review for his newspaper in his hometown of Flyover, sent me some CDs and some singles recently, and I haven't talked about those yet, have I? So, one of the CDs that's sitting here that I like, that he sent me, is the Twin Peaks movie, music, by Angelo Badalamenti. You know, I was not a Twin Peaks follower because I don't watch TV, but the music, they got the music right. They sure did. Now, I thought he sent me some more CDs, but I don't see them. He sent me some singles. Passion Pit. Take a Walk. This is like modern pop music to me. It's all right. Two Door Cinema Club, same here. Sleep Alone. I think they're from Scotland. Pop band. This is decent. I already had this Ellie Goulding. I got it from my record store a few years ago. They gave it to me as a promo. The Heavy, What Makes a Good Man. The nicest thing about this is the vinyl. This is not what I like. This is not what I'm into. I don't like this. And the other one that I'm happy to add to my collection, although my initial impression of the songs is not much, is Neil Halstead of Slow Dive and Mojave 3. This is a single of his. You Are the Glue, Tennis for Dennis. Not sure what year this came out, but John, thank you for giving these to me. I greatly appreciate the gifts of vinyl and music. I really do. Thank you very much. Seriously, thank you so much. Saturday, I missed it. It was sitting on my porch overnight. I got a gift from Chris Cole, who goes by JC68 here in the vinyl community. Excuse me. On Facebook, he's not in the YouTube VC group anymore. He's in the Fraternal Order. That's another secret closed group of VC members that are, for whatever reason, that's the way they want to do it. They have their own group, and I participate in that one. But Chris sent me some wonderful records. I'll just grab them. And so the first thing up is It's Alive. City Life Alive. This is an all-female band, Jazzers. This came out on their own label in, it's probably 80s. I'm not seeing a date. These ladies can really play. That's what I can appreciate about this. Some of the arrangements are nice. Some of the compositions are really good. The singing just it detracts for me. You know, I'm really into the music. A Windham Hill album, Alex DeGrassi, Clockwork, and this is nice. You know, this is like Sunday morning eating breakfast music. Nice cover. I'll show the ones that I really like last. He also sent me music that he knows I like, which is music from around the world. And this album is A Musical Journey, Turkey. And I played all of side one of this already. Traditional songs, dances, and rituals. I really do appreciate and like going on a mental trip, listening to the indigenous music, or the music of peoples and their land, stuff that's been, you know, preserved, because a lot of this stuff, traditions, because of technology and a lot of things, a lot of traditions are being lost. So hearing some of this old music I think is magical. Like this one, Like Waves Against the Sand, Ling Ying Soloists. And this is on a great label for this stuff. Excuse me. Musical Heritage Society. This is a really good label for classical and high quality music like this. Really appreciate this one, Chris. I played side one of this too. And yeah, this is the dope deal. It's like some of this music may have different purposes, maybe for weddings, maybe for planting flowers, love at the fair, the races. I just get a sense of life that's been lived a long time when I listen to music like this. It enriches me. I haven't played this yet, but I love classical guitar, and so Chris sent me Sabicas, Artistry in Flamenco. I love flamenco, especially live. This is great. I haven't played it yet. Sabicas on ABC. When I graduated from high school, I moved to Albuquerque to go to college and live with my dad. But when I got down there, I ended up with this group of partiers, and one of them was this ballerina who also did flamenco. And she had a guitarist who played for her, and I would hang out and party with them, and he would play live, and it was just the most fantastic music live. It was really passionate. So this is greatly appreciated. Sabicas. Notice how this just keeps churning along. This Birds of Tin Rapun. See, that's how this works. You know, it's like it sets up a ground. You know, it sets up a place, an ambience to be in. Chris sent me Mike Cohen's Moments. This is on the Pacific Arts label, and this is one of those records when I imagine many people see them, they just pass them up. This is really good jazz. Really good. There are no names on here that I can tell you a whole lot about. Some of the playing, you know, like there's a drum solo in here, and there's just a couple of things where it's like, oh, okay. But overall, this is really, really good. Mike Cohen, Moments. From Brazil, Egberto Gismonti. I love his music. This is Solo on ECM. Thank you, Chris. You got it right. This is one I don't have. This is fantastic. I had the great pleasure of seeing him play live and meeting him many years ago, along with Nana Vasconcelos. Really humble, amazing musician. Egberto Gismonti, Solo. The one that Chris gave me out of his personal collection that I'm really appreciative of. Thank you so much, Chris. I know it's a gift of love. I used to have this album, and it's one that I'm sorry I sold. So thank you for letting me have it back, Chris. Ela Craig, One Nighter. German band on Vertigo. This is the Spaceship Vertigo, not the Swirl. But this is a mixture of prog and kind of German funk. It's really good. Should have never sold it, you know, but that's just beside the point now. But Chris, you honored me by giving this to me. It means a lot, and I've already played it. Great album. He also gave me an album by Jean-Pierre Labrador, Coincidences. He's a French guitarist who had a band called Coincidence. This has a Pat Metheny feel for the first song. He's a good guitarist. Some of the arrangements on here are so-so. The standout is his guitar playing and a few tracks. That's what I liked about his other album, Coincidence. It's like, you know, you go track to track to find the really good song, and there's some good songs on here. On Breakthrough Records. Once again, greatly appreciated. Excuse me, last thing he gave me was this band called Pegasus. It's jazz fusion. It's a Montreux Jazz live album, I believe. Is this live? It's a Montreux Jazz Festival album. I played a bit of this. And my first impression is that it's nice. They're good players. It has that lightness. Like it's trying not to offend anyone, which doesn't interest me. So, for example, I make instrumental music, but it's not like that. You know, my instrumental music is really, they're songs, you know. I'm saying a lot with this music that can be deciphered by anyone in many different ways. It's not light and inoffensive. It's real. I'm thinking about my music a lot. I'm waiting for Murphy. Should be hearing about Murphy in the next week or two. Some other albums that I actually bought this weekend. Almost Music. the record store I talk about a lot in Omaha, had its first 1-year anniversary on Saturday. So they had a party, had live music, and I went down and spent most of the day. I didn't play, didn't feel like it. But I traded and got a couple records. And I took a chance on this because I like the graphics. And I like this. This is a band called Django Django. And this is the remix album. It came out in 2012. I guess this band was up for the Mercury Prize in England. I like this. It's not mind-blowing. Some of the remixes are kind of trite. But overall, I really like this. I think really what I like about it is listening to the different production techniques that are being used on the remixes. It's one of the ways that I learned how to do things. So happy to add this to my collection. Django Django remix album. Django High Jinks Django Django Remixed is the name of it. In the $2 albums at Almost Music, I picked these up. They're not in the best shape, but they're only $2. Deep Purple, Burn. Now this is when David Coverdale joins the band, and so I don't really like this that much, but I have a Deep Purple collection. I'm not a Deep Purple collector like, you know, they keep putting out all their stuff in deluxe editions. And I think of Adi, I think of Adrian, who's a big metalhead and rocker. And I think, Adrian, you have almost all the Deep Purple. I like the early Deep Purple. This album I don't particularly care for. I've had this on CD forever, and I love this album, so I was happy to get it on vinyl. Deep Purple in Rock. This kicks some ass. This is the Deep Purple I know and love. And this album is just well played. It's not too beat. It's well loved. Cover's in good shape. So that was great for $2. Also sitting out just a few records that I've played. Well, I played this one yesterday all the way through. It's been a long time. Family. Old Songs, New Songs. The English band from the 70s with Roger Chapman with that strangulated vocal style he had. Great band. John Wetton started out in this band. Just really good. Really, 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 really good. I've been playing the hell out of Murphy on, I changed the cover again, the test pressing, because I'm really, really happy with this album. I really like it a lot. Not missing vocals on it at all. Not at all. Can't wait for the actual product to come. I have this Benny Maupin Moonscapes out, but I haven't played it yet. I was showing it online last night, talking about it. Excuse me. Another one of the library albums that I got. This is amazing. Patchwork Orchestra, Volume 5. Well, I knew it would happen, that somebody else would pick up on those library records, and another buyer cleaned Almost Music out before it could get back and get the rest of these. That's the way it is. This is fantastic. Really electronic and weird. Patchwork Orchestra, Volume 5. This is like something I would look for. If I heard this in a store, or if I heard this on a radio, I'd be wanting to know, what is that? What is this? How do I get this? This is really good. As I'm talking, I'm feeling better, thank God. Okay, the other night, a friend of mine, who I had a good meltdown with, and my friend Rich, and I'll say it, if you happen to see Rich, you know, say your last name, but Rich and I go way back, but, you know, everyone has idiosyncrasies, and I understand why Rich does it, but Rich, when I share him things, he'll always respond like how I could do it better, or someone else is doing it better. And I just got tired of it Friday night and got it straight. I had a witness too to bust him on that behavior, because he was just trying to weasel out of it, and then the next day he apologized profusely because I knew what was going on. It's jealousy, and it's like this. I don't tell him what I'm doing for him to be jealous. I'm trying to share with him because I'm happy. I'm doing these things, and you're my friend. I'm trying to share. I'm not trying to put him down or make him feel like he's not doing nothing. That was how he was responding, and so he would come back with this critical stuff as though he could do it better. We got that straight. But anyway, he had been out earlier in the week and had met this band, Beanon, from Kansas. He met them while they were in town playing at Oliver's, and I guess they hit it off really good, talking about the band The Residents. Another one of my friend Rich's trips, The Residents and Stravinsky. He has this idea that there are certain, well, I'm the same way, but not quite as rigid, that, you know, if you really think you know something about music, then you have to know about the Residents and Stravinsky and some other things. Well, I agree, but it's not such a trip. But anyway, that was how he endeared himself to them. Turned out that they liked the Residents, and they gave him one of his albums. They gave him their album, Being On a Mountain of Yeses. And this came out in 2012. I think they released it themselves. They're from Kansas. It's pressed by Pirates Press, the same people that do my records. Gray vinyl. And this is okay. This is kind of cool. You can hear the different influences from the Residents to Devo to kind of maybe a Dada type of approach. And he left this over here. So it's here for now. So I'm showing it to you. I thought it was okay. I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't buy this. Anything else before I go? The other night, the same night, my brother was over with Rich. And so my brother was my witness to me trying to set it straight with this bullshit behavior from my friend Rich. You know, it's like, we're friends, man. You know, we're not adversaries. So I'm not trying to make you jealous. So stop coming back at me with this jealous talk. Because it's, you know, it's insulting, although I'm not insulted. I just see what you're doing, and it's like, stop. Do it to somebody else. Don't do it to me. I'm your friend. I don't do that to you. Matter of fact, just to make a point here, as the conversation is going, I'm trying to make a point. I did say something that long ago he let me know that he didn't like, a reference to his last name, and I did it on purpose. And of course, he flew, I said, oh, so now I have your attention. This is a two-way street, brother. This is what I've been trying to tell you. Now, you just had a fit because I just said one word, but every time I tell you something, you come with a crock of shit. Shoes on the other foot. Couldn't admit it that night, but the next day he called and apologized profusely, and I appreciate it, because I ain't crazy. And I'm a nice person, and I don't treat people badly, so I don't want to be treated badly. But whenever my younger brother is over, I almost always default to playing some Miles Davis. So we listen to In a Silent Way, both sides. And when I was playing in my brother's band for 5 years, we used to do both sides of this. So yeah, we have our own version of Peaceful and In a Silent Way. We played both. Also listen to Miles Smiles all the way through. What can you fucking say? You know what I mean? It's like you put this music on and Miles Davis makes everything right. Fucking music is the best. A few days earlier, I was listening to a couple other things. I know I'm going long here. Heiner Goebbels and Alfred Harth from Germany. And again, people don't talk about these guys when they talk about the avant-garde. And these guys are among the best. Der Durchdrungen Mensch. Something about men. This is incredible. I mean, it's got points where it's like they're doing things where it's repetitious and it's to the point of almost making like being fingernails on a chalkboard. But they're doing something. They're hitting you with something. This is excellent. Goebbels and Harth. Okay. Excuse me. I think we'll go ahead and wrap up there. I'm still going through the rest of the music that I got from the library music. Pop this on right quick though. A few days ago, Dancing in Your Head, Ornette Coleman. Once again, Ornette Coleman is somebody you need to listen to. And I like this stuff too. I know there are some people who say, oh, that later period stuff isn't so good. I disagree. Listen again. Listen again. Okay. So hopefully we're going to hear about Murphy dropping here in the next couple of weeks. But I wanted to thank people for the music. John Dawson, Brooke Oates, and Chris Cole. Thank you so much, folks. You honor me. And you keep me in pocket with music because, again, even though I'm making a little more, making money better than I was with art now, I still got to sock it away like a squirrel. I got to make sure I can get through the winter and pay the bills. I still have to pay my house taxes, which next check that I have coming, I should be able to pay. my house cactus for the year. No, I'll do it in another video. Bless you all.